So we've got Majora's Mask 3D coming out soon, February 13th, as this video is being released on the 4th. And I've been reading into a lot of the changes, seeing reviews from people who've gotten it earlier, and seeing just different things about the game. One thing that keeps popping up to me, though, is something that's not part of the game, but is indeed part of the very, pardon my language, bitchy fan base. So many people want Majora's Mask to stay at its core Majora's Mask. They just wanted an upgrade in terms of graphical fidelity. And you know, to many extents, that would be something that we would look at and go, oh my god, why would why would you not upgrade anything? This is perfect chance to make things better, easier, or in general, add more to a game. Yet, with Majora's Mask, it's suddenly a game no one wanted to change. So let me be more specific here. There are different changes in the game that I've seen people literally complain wholeheartedly about without putting any thought into why they might have changed it. So, looking at the puzzles for... Alright, well, here, let me go to a big point that I've seen a lot of people complain about. And this is going to be a bit of a spoiler for people who have not played Majora's Mask, so if you're cautious at all about that kind of stuff, I won't be spoiling any story, but it is something that will be gameplay related. I'll give you a second to click out of the video. So the ice arrows you get later on in the game no longer can be used at a point of interest for you. It has to be at a point of interest that the game tells you. Pieces of water will sparkle in the areas you can hit, and that's where you'll be able to freeze it. Now, I gotta let you know here, the reason they might have done this, now I am not working with Nintendo, I'm not affiliated with Nintendo in any way, they could have done this mainly because a lot of people, when figuring out the puzzles in that specific area, may have run out of magic. In which case, it's an idea that with the struggling that already happens in the area you get the ice arrows, it could have been a thought that, hey, let's make it a bit easier because it's already been a bit of a hassle and stuff like that. So that could be one big reason. Keep in mind, they are trying to make this game more accessible. Now, I know we hate that word. We hate the word accessible, because it tends to make games with complex and interesting mechanics turn to something incredibly simple. However, in this case, accessible needs to happen. Why is that? Well, look at if they had made this on a console, if they had made this on the Wii U, I could see some of these changes not making more sense aside from just being easier. A little bit easier to keep track of everything you're doing and stuff like that. But keep in mind, Majora's Mask 3D is on the 3DS. And what is the 3DS? It's portable. How many times have you forgotten what you're doing when you've left your game and came back? Even if you particularly haven't, there are many people who have. I know a ton of people who suffer from memory issues. My girlfriend being one of them. And if she had to put her game down, walk away for a little while, and come back to it, well, what is she going to remember? So, thinking that way, the Bomber's Notebook, I will agree, is a bit overbearing in this. The fact that it pops up when you do something is a little bit too much. But it makes sense that it tells you what to do and how to do it because they expect shorter play sessions in the game this time around. So you open up your Bomber's Notebook and you look, okay, I'm going to do that side quest in the time I have to play for a little bit. Alright, cool. You play the Song of Double Time. You can move the time to the specific arrow you want it to be at rather than going half a day forward. And you go and complete the side quest at your pace rather than having to wait for it, which was the key point of Majora's Mask. There was a lot of waiting in Majora's Mask to get things done because sometimes you'd skip what you needed to skip with the Song of Double Time. So things like that have been made accessible because they expect you to be on the road, or maybe out of town, and you don't have as much time to play on the 3DS because, you know, you're going to play for a little bit and then you got to go do something important or that you're already doing out there. Thinking that way, it also makes sense that the save system would be rebooted, that you don't have to permanently save by resetting time and having to come back and everything's back to the way it was and you haven't completed everything. It makes sense that you're able to run quickly to the nearest owl statue and just save. And it doesn't, you know, it won't reset your game this time, so if you're saving for reasons you need to, you know, you don't want... I'm sorry. If you're saving for reasons that you just want to keep playing, you can save and move on, not worry too much. But if you're, in this case, it's like... It's hard to look at it and justify it to people who are going to complain anyway, and I gotta keep that in mind. The people I am looking are going to complain whether they change it or not change it, because, well, people like to complain. And I understand some people not liking changes, but calling people stupid, and, well, just in general, complaining. Did you know, by the way, that I saw someone say that for the fact of the ice arrows alone, they will not purchase this game? For that 5 minutes of gameplay that you would have to use the ice arrows, they will not purchase the video game. This is drama! Oh my god! They changed my game so much for 5 minutes of gameplay! It's ridiculous. And I'm not gonna judge the person too much for that. I mean, it's your money and you're willing to spend it the way you want. We have the original Majora's Mask for people who want to. It's on the virtual console, which they shut down. Hang on, can you purchase Wii games still? Someone let me know that. Anyway, I think I've rambled on a little long. Videos will return on Monday next week. Don't you worry, I want to work on some stuff. Expect Minish Cap to return. I will be working on a Hyrule Warriors review, as well as an off-the-record review for Pokemon Omega Ruby / Alpha Sapphire, which I completed over my break. I will see you all in the next one.